Mm, let's see if more people will join.
Okay.
Okay, let's see if more people will join. Let's see if more people will join. Let's wait. Maybe you can still give them a notification so that I can start. And in case uh, they are not on, then they can later join us. Can you tell them that we are going to wait like 2 or 3 minutes? Just tell them 2 or 3 minutes, then we start. So if they are not available, they'll meet us, join us wherever we are.
Okay. Oh, you're typing?
Yeah, I just want to tell them.
Okay.
Okay, let's see. Uh,
Okay, cool. Someone's joining.
let's wait. Let's give him like 3 minutes. One is 10. I
Someone
think
else is joining right now.
we are 7:47 now. One is 10. We start. Let's give them. Yeah, we have another person now. Okay. Uh, okay. Okay. We are still waiting for people. Once it's 10, once this minute reach to 10, we start. So, still waiting for people. Okay, we have six. We have six. Good. How many are we? I think we are all here. Happiness, Roger, are you there?
Happiness.
Hello, Roger. Father life ago, that is the Olu of the Fire Kabbalah Temple in the United States. And he's a good brother. We both performed the Egungun before here at the home temple. So he's going to be adding and contributing the spirit to this lecture too. So are we still waiting for anybody? Can we start? I think we have six already. Is there anybody we are still waiting for? Can anybody check how many of us are on that platform? If you are six, that means we are set to go. Once it's 10, once this reaches to 10, we'll start immediately.
Well, they may not all be able to come
So we
today.
have,
So we should probably start in a couple of minutes.
okay. Once it's 10, we'll start. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think we have to start now. So 10 already. Okay. Yeah, happiness for all the members on this platform. So we'll be treating the topic of the Google because most of the people, especially the African diaspora, their only belief about Google is just like the ancestor. Can you hear me, please? If I'm talking too fast, you can just try and call my attention, please. Especially the Africans diaspora. When you ask them anything about Google, they tell you Google is the ancestor. There are more to Egungun. There are more to Egungun, not only wherever you see Google, they are our dead loved ones. No. That is one of the important aspects. That's one of the important aspects of Egungun. But let's start with the definition of Egungun. So from the definitions of Egungun, it goes to the types of Egungun. From the types of Egungun, then we now come down to names before the title that we have in Egungun court. First, Egungun is considered to be a cult because of the secret behind it. So before Egungun became our dead loved ones that we now consider to be ancestors, we should not forget to quickly, briefly explain how Egungun came into existence, the power, when you talk about the power of Egungun, before we now talk about our dead loved ones, that we now consider them to be our ancestors. In Odu Sameji, because that's one of the most important Odu about Egungun that links Egungun with Obatala and Odu. So in Odu Sameji, it was written that Olodumare sent the first 7 set of Orisha to the earth. Whereby we have Shango, Obatala, we have Orunmila, we have Ogun. It was even written that it was Ogun that led them to the earth. So Odu was the only female that was among them. So when they got to the earth, then they were maltreating Odu. They did not even see her as someone, because Odu did not come with any power. The belief was that the men, 6 men and 1 female, which is 1 woman, the 6 men should be able to assist the only female among them. And the purpose was that with Odu, they will be able to multiply. So Odu thought that she was powerless. No, she was not powerless. Olodumare will never do anything without a reason. And Olodumare have designed this earth in a way that we must depend on one another. You can see if you analyze for this Odu. We must depend on one another. The men were given the power, whereby Odu was given the power of fertility, that you'll be able to assist the men. There's nothing with the men do without the involvement of the woman that was going to succeed. So without a man, you cannot have, without the woman, you cannot reproduce. And that is why we have all these connections in every Odufa. When you talk about this Ifa will later expatiate on it. When you consider this aspect in Idimeji, which is Odi Meji, also known as Idimeji, Ifa says, Ọjọ́ tí the battle the méjì land lọ́mọ, I will translate. When 2 people meet, when 2 buttons meet, that means a male and a female, then you become a father and a mother. You get it, but don't let us go into that. That is not the basic of our lecture today. So then Odu went back to Olodumare and complained about the way the men were maltreating her. And Olodumare said, why? He said, you caused it. You gave them the power, Ogun have the power to shoot and kill animals. Shogun have the power to make rain, but Allah have the power of cleanliness, that's loneliness, and the clinical aspect of Yoruba race, because before the coming of the European and the Western world culture, the power to heal is in the hand of Orunmila, Obatala, and Oshun. That is the reason those three Orisha wear white. The power to heal, like you can say, which we can consider to be hospital today, like when you go for a clinic, they get it. So those, and the power to attack is in Obalwaye, Shopono, also known as Shopono, Eshu, Shango. That's why you see their color red. But later, the correction about Shango has been made. Shango is purple, not red. That's why you see people, the Shango devotees wearing, and they are now making their echo. That is the Shango gown to be purple. So we still talk about the color, but let's focus about, because it's a broad topic. Even if you cannot finish it today, definitely we can still discuss about this. Fix another time to complete it. It's just 2 hours lecture. Then after now, there'll be question and answer session. So now Lord Maria told us, okay, if you thought I did not give you any power, don't worry. Accept it to that, because the men supposed to honor you. For this reason, I'm going to give you the power to rule over the men. That was how the secret behind the Egungun came in. That is the same time the secret behind the Egungun came in, and that was what led to the secret behind Awonyami. That is why there is a connection between the Egungun and Awonyami, and it is believed, even I don't know if anybody will dispute it. It is generally believed and accepted that Awonyami owns Egungun. That this power behind the Egungun belongs to Awonyami. And tomorrow, you see a lot of female participating in the Egungun than any other Orisha, apart from Oshun. If you see the number of female in Ifa, it's lesser than what you see in Egungun. And if you see the strong post in the Google, you know how important the women are. You have the Yagan, you have the Yamode, you still go to that. And then in similarity between Egungun and Shun. Don't worry. That's why you have a lot, the number of female you have in Shangopa, Egungun, and Oshun. You get it. You cannot find it. The bed, how, which is OWL, was given to Odu as a symbol of freedom. The blood was given to Odu as a symbol of witchcraft. So go to the head. They get it. And the staff, two materials were given to when Emilio, this how
Araba,
crafted. So
Fala.
that is how So don't be deceived when
We can't hear you. Let's see. We'll give him a second to pop back in here.
Welcome McDonald's.
Oh, here he goes. Let's see.
at yeah, we stop at about stop this proof for a witch to craft another person into that city. But don't be deceived with the movie. Somebody giving someone maybe a cola, the person eats that cola, and the next thing the person disappears to find him to find ourselves in the midst of the witches. No, those
Do we
are
need
not
to go?
true. Those are not true. So what happens is that could be the last stage of the crafting. Maybe the last stage is giving the person some materials to drink or to eat. So after crafting the cat, the
Robert,
next
you finally,
yeah,
can you hear me?
yeah,
I think someone
yeah,
was
I'm with you.
asking I think someone was asking if we needed to go back because the last minute or so before before it kicked you off, we couldn't really hear what you were saying. So I think we need to go
Okay,
back just a little bit.
okay.
Okay, thank you.
Don't worry, I have a good network here. Let me go back. Let me start. Okay. We started with the Oduifa or Sameji, whereby we discussed about the 7 set of Orisha that descended from the heaven to the earth. Ogun led them to the earth. We have Ishu, we have Obatala, we have Obaluaye, we have Odu, as the only woman, we have Shango, we have Shokono. These are 7 sets of Orisha that descended from heaven to the earth, and Odu was the only female. And when they got to the earth, Odu thought that Olodumare did not give her any power because Ogun have the power of gun to shoot. Shango have the power to make rain and strike things. When you talk about the clinical power, that one belongs to Obatala. And when he talks about attack, Obalaye and Nishu, so and so and so on. So that is the way the thing was designed. But Odu did not understand that with all this power this man possesses, there is no way they can actualize it because the power of fertility is with Odu. But Odu's thought was about the physical power, how to display. She does not know the real power is in her. She went back to Olodumare to complain that the men were maltreating her. Then Olodumare now asked her what she wanted, and she said she wanted to rule over the men. And then Olodumare gave her that power to rule. So these are the things that was given to her. That Olodumare gave her this board, how, which is WOW, and the staff of Egungun. So when when Odu descended to the head, then she established Awon Yami court. She established the Awon Yami, sorry, and then she established Egungun court. This bird crafted cards first. After the crafting of the cat, crafted this other bird, English name. I tried to check, but I don't want to give you a wrong name. Let me give the description of the bird. It has a black leg, the feather are black, and the neck half white. It's resemble eagle, fly like an eagle, but not an eagle. You see this bird all around. Black leg, the peg of the mouth is black, then the feather is black, then you have a white at the neck. You have a white at the neck. So they fly. They roost the day. When they flies, no other bird flies that direction. Also other bird fly in that direction will fall. Then they all lose the night. When you see the whole the night, no other bird flies. It is the bird that rules the night. So then the cats was just an interaction between the woman being. When I say woman being, not talk about the WOMAN. I'm talking about HUMAN. So the cat is just the interaction between the women and the witches. So the witches can use the cat, they can enter into the cat, disappear to be a cat, to perform whichever taxes they want to perform. That is why in Osameji, there's an Odufafas that says, Ọ̀pá ńlá ló ń gbá gogode lẹ́nu, òjò ńlá ló ń ṣẹ̀gbé ògiri mẹ̀dẹ̀mẹ̀dẹ̀. Ọba ẹ̀kẹ̀tẹ̀ ó kọ̀rọ̀ wọ̀ sí, ó ní kẹ́kẹ́ má ṣe súngbà kẹrìngbàkẹ́ lára. Adífá fún ológbò dúdú èsè gbọ̀lọ́ ní máa lọ bọ̀lọ́ ní máa bọ̀. Ìran ológbò ìkúkú èsè. This Odufafas talks about no one dare use trap to catch a cat, except the cat fall into the trap mistakenly. But no one dare use a trap to catch the cat, to trap the cat, except the cat fall into the trap mistakenly. So then, after the Awon Yami court, then they do not establish the Egungun court. That is why people says Egungun belongs to Awonyami, and it is Awonyami that holds Egungun. The court there is the secret behind it. That is why Egungun is being considered to be court. You know, see, after the Egungun court, then you have the oral court. I will still mention how the oral court came into the system, but let's still focus on this Egungun. So after that, then people now, the other Orisha now begins to see Odu as being powerful. Odu will now put on the mask of Egungun. But this time, people recognize that it was Odu putting on the mask, or there was no net covering the face. Until today, a woman can put on the mask of Egungun except the one that has net covering her face. And people now say any mask that does not have net covering the face is no more the mask of Egungun. That is why you see female putting the mask of Shango, because does not have nets covering the face. Then a man can put on the mask of Shango. I think with this lesson, you'll be able to understand the similarity of Shango and Egungun. Both wear the same clothes. The name of their clothes is called Eku. It's mask. Shango mask, Egungun, and the Yoruba translation is Eku. Eku is EKU. When you say Eku, that is where the palm oil is being produced. Same pronunciation, but different. Same words, but different pronunciation and different meanings. Eku is where then now comes the ballet, which is called the secret grove. Then at the ballet, it is where you keep the Eku, the Egungun. Then Odu will be the one to put on the mask, goes around. Then people will see how nobody was being scared, but they don't know whether the mask, during this time, there's nothing like people putting on a clothes. You get what I'm talking about? So it's strange to them. But they knew it was Odu putting on the mask. But they knew that the mask was so powerful that wherever you see the mask, people run away. People doesn't want to get close because they don't know the secret. Not that they run away, but they avoid. They avoid getting close. So then, even anytime Odu want to put on the mask, people are always aware of it. Then Odu became popular. She became popular. People are now talking about Odu. Nobody is being talking about that Orisha again. Then Obatala now thought of being the oldest of all the Orishas. How will a woman be ruling us? This is very, very wrong. Then she went to consult. In fact, she went to Obatala went to Orunmila and consulted. In fact, how can I know the secret behind Odu mask? And Odu refused. When Odu was coming from heaven, Odu went to Orunmila, and Orunmila told Odu that you have some things that are kept in your possession, performable, so that the secret will not be revealed. Orunmila was not even aware of the mask or anything, but you get it. Orunmila for the divination aspect, like we get it then. Then Odu refused to perform able. Then Obatala performable. So one day Odu went to the secret grove. She put on the mask. She was dancing, displaying. Then Obatala was just trailing her. Obatala was able to see every secret about the mask. So then Obatala now left. Went to go and find a net because they are afraid of Odu because Odu was so powerful. The reason why the net was involved was because of Odu. Because Odu was so powerful due to the establishment of Awonyami. And this led to the Igbadu in Osaoyeku. In Osaoyeku, we still talk about that. But let's focus on what we are discussing. Then, because of that fear, that was the reason why Obatala went to go and make a net and got a stick, to defend himself. So immediately Odu left. Obatala went to sew a net to cover the face so that nobody will know whoever is inside the mask. And then Odu came that in case people want to get closer to check, he was able to use the screen to scare them. Odu haven't got home before she heard the news that another mask that looks like Odu mask is out, but there is a difference. That this one is different from Odu because there is a net covering the face and nobody knows who is inside the mask. Then Odu got annoyed. Odu was moving close to the mask. Then Obatala was using the K to scare. So Odu was confused, believing who is inside the mask. This is my mask. Who is there? She could not move close. So Obatala to the secret group that whoever is in this mask, I will know the person. So Obatala, chasing Odu, the owner of the mask, became so happy. So they went throughout the town, they were displaying, everybody was scared, and then came back to the secret group, which is the Igbala of Egungun, to off the mask. Immediately, he off the mask. Then Odu now saw him and said, oh, so it was you. I said, okay, because you performed very well, that you even scared me, the owner of the mask. As from today, I leave the secret of Egungun to the male. So the woman will be behind the power and the support. So that was how Odu left the secret of Egungun to the men, that the women should not wear the mask again, that they should leave the mask to the men, but the women should take an important role. And what are the important roles in Egungun for the women? That was, Odu talks about Egungun. Egungun is the spiritual head of the Egungun, whether male or female. That's Egungun. As Egungun represents the most powerful in Egungun, because she has the Opaiku. The staff that was given to Odu, she maintained the staff. So the staff is being passed down to the women till tomorrow. Egungun owns the Opaiku. You cannot see anybody following any Alagba or Alakini following Egungun and hold the Opaiku. No. It's only the Egungun that can hold the Opaiku. Do you get it? The Opaiku belongs to the Egungun. And wherever you have your Egungun, you must put Opaiku. So that is how the old stuff. Then we have the Ato. The Ato is an important title too, because when it comes to the festival, the person that will put on the mask, it is the Ato that will know the person. Or even other members will not even be aware. In case, not everybody is an initiate, but you have some people you want to pray for. That is the modern day. In the olden days, no one dare go to the secret group except you are an initiate. In fact, the cloth of the Egungun, no tailor dare sew it. You take it to the secret group, whereby they use needle and thread in the gale, because they believe no initiate must not see it. The person that will sew the clothes must be an initiate. The title of that they will put on the mat, that is their homework. Be an initiate. So that's how it is. Then I may forget to include it if I do not say it now. You see, there is an important title in the Google, which is Iyamode. And it says, wherever the attack on Egungun was, Egungun must not fall, except that Egungun is being attacked. That is the belief. And now, if there is an attack on Egungun, then it is this Iyamode that will come. You get it? And leave this Egungun up. In the olden days, no one, the Egungun you see today are not the ancient Egungun. No one dare move close to Egungun because of the fetish thing. You cannot move to the Egungun except the Atokun. The Atokun is just like a guardian. That is the only person that have the right. Even whether you're going, you're everything, the Egungun goes in the front, you follow. Those are the fetish things, some germs in the mask. But nowadays, you see people touching. You get it? The Yamode was not an administrator of Egungun in the ancient time. The secret group was built at the back of the Yamode's house. That is how the story of Yamode came in. But she was barren. She was barren, and every time this initiate want to go into the secret group, he used to spend some days, could be 21 days. That's it, the 21 days. Then when they want to go, she pray for them. When they are coming out, she quickly give them water, they get it because she's nice. And then one day, one of the initiates of Egungun, Alafina says, we've been seeing you every time, but we notice you've not been seeing any children. She now says she's barren. And then the Alafina says, next year, by the time we come, you will take your child to welcome us. So the next festival, as they were about to enter into secret group, then the Amode now brought a child, which was a female, and then they now carried that child. You get it? To the secret group to initiate the child. So that was how the title of Yamode now came into Egungun. You get it? They now initiate, that was the first female, apart from Odu. So this title was a recent title. So that's why they say if Egungun falls, it is the Yamode that have come to rescue the Egungun. You get it? Okay, let me go further for you to understand. The secret of witchcraft is given to Yamode. So, because I know some people will ask, how come Yamode will be the one? Which means the Yamode has been initiated to our Yami. Because the baby, the female was carried to the secret group, the Bale Gugu. So that is how Yamode came into it. So Yamode does not follow Egungun. It is when there is an attack, then Yamode follows. Next to Yamode as a male is Alakpini. Alakpini too does not follow Egungun. Is the most senior. Alagba is in charge of people that put on the mask alone. Is the head of the people that put on the mask. But Alakpini is the head of the Alagba. Everybody, you put on the mask, you're just an initiate, you do not have the right to put on the mask. You are under the Alakpini. So let's go further. So that's the men. Another story, another Flodumare gave Obatala the task to go and fashion the heads. I don't want to say curate because in Odufa Ejubi talks about when the Flodumare sent Ormila to go and look how the head was. And Obatala and Ormila came back to Lodumare and said the head was to that form, that there was water on the surface of the head, and he met Olokun and met one bird that is killing fish on the surface of the water. And this first I have a proof in one of Ife history. And the name of the bird is called Oleruwere. Oleruwere, which Ife people says they have the sea in Ife. Anytime you visit Ife, I'll show you where the sea. It's not, the reason is that it's not a sea that links any other places, but it's just like a dam, but they call it to be a sea because I think because of the waves. So I don't know if it's artificial, but they said they have this.
Ifanla,
Yeah.
can you spell the name of the bird?
Okay. Ole is O-L-E. Ru is R-O. Were is W-E-R-E. Ole Ruwere. Do you get it?
Okay, thank you.
Go. So that is when Obatala now failed. We know the history. Whereby he went to at the gate of the heaven, he took palm oil, got drunk, and then he slept off. And when it was time for him to come back, they did not see him. Then Olodumare now sent his junior brother, which is Odudua, to go and look after him. What is happening? And Odudua saw him where he was drunk, took the materials, the snail with sand, camellia, and the cock with 5 fingers. With 5 fingers. It's not ordinary cock, a cock with 5 fingers. Those are the materials they used to feed Odudua. Then Odudua now establish or fashion the earth. So having given Obatala that tax and failed, so Olodumare decided to assign another tax for him. But Olodumare asked him to go and mold human being. So because he does not want to complain, so Olodumare did not provide any water for him. Then he went to steal the water of the witches, which is the blood that runs in our faith. That is why some people believe water, blood is the water of the witches. When he now stole the water for the witches, then the witches were chasing him because he has stolen from them. They chased him to Obatala's to Orumila's house. So that is the story. They not chased him to Orumila's house. Then he now pleaded for Orunmila to please, he should rescue him so that the witches will not catch him. Orunmila now put on a mask to cover him up. So immediately, Orunmila now dressed him as a masquerade. Then Orunmila started drumming the followers of Ifa. So they are now singing. The witches thought that Obatala was still inside Orunmila's house. They say, okay, because there is an agreement between the witches and Orunmila, that whosoever that is the child of Orunmila, the witches will not attack. So the witches have no cause to just attack Orunmila or go into his house anyhow. But there's an agreement. Because it was Orunmila that showed them the way to the earth. And it was Orunmila that showed them the way to Eshu. That when you are going to the earth, then at the junction, at the boundary between the earth and the heaven, you meet Eshu. Eshu will lead you to the earth. So that was the help that Orunmila did for them, and there was the promise that whatever that will involve Orunmila will not be destroyed by them. So then Obatala was inside the mask, dancing, people were drumming. That is, this one, Obatala did not hold it. If I'm talking too fast, anybody's analyzing this. But Egungun was the one. Orunmila escaped Obatala with a man, but this one was not holding the king, but drum. They were beating drum, he was dancing. So these are the two types or two categories of Egungun we have today, which in Yoruba it is called Egun Onijo and Egun Oloro. Ijo means when you dance, you perform. So that is it. The first set of Egungun is the Egun Oloro, the one that scare people. So the one that scared people was the first set of Egungun. Whosoever put on a mask and is holding a cane will not ask you for money. He will beat you. And once he beat you, he make a prayer. Say, I beat you this year, I'll beat you next time. You get it's to scare, to beat. And they don't beat, not initiate. If they beat, not initiate, they not initiate will die or sick to death. They only beat themselves. Maybe if you've been to an Egungun festival where you see the Egungun beating, they will even beat the Egungun too, but they must not touch the Egungun. They don't move close. They beat the Atokun, they beat themselves. That's number one. You get it? So those one today you have some mask that fall into that category. You must have fear about a popular Egungun in Ibadan called Ololu, that people say no female must see that Egungun. If any female does see the Egungun will make sure she killed the female in the olden day. But nowadays, they can only fight just injure the woman. That's why they always make announcements where the Ololu will pass. I will spell Ololu for you. Olo is O-L-O, Lu is L-U, O-L-O-L-U. So Ololu, in the olden days, no woman dare see Ololu. And there's an issue about this Egungun belongs to people of Ibadan. And it's from a royal family. This Egungun was being captured in war. So there's a king. There's a story about one Olubadan that because of the love he had for his wife, the wife demanded of seeing Ololu. And anywhere there's a female, the Ololu will smell that there is a female around and will make sure it brings the woman out and kill that woman. The woman I'm talking about is a female, not the Human. Then the king now told his wife that hide behind the law. In the olden days, this masquerade does not wear clothes to see the king. He will dress naked. After seeing the king, he will go and put on the clothes. Do you get it? And the clothes he will wear is not normal mask. He would come naked to the king, then now put a red pint. That is how Oro came existed. That is the simple let's say analysis of Oro. Then the king now told the wife to hide at the back of the door. Then Ololu came to pray for the king. He will come to see the king naked without putting anything. Then after that, you go and wear his own mask is called Bante. Bante is B-A-N-T-E, Bante. So just tie it, just like a pie, but it's not being slow. It's red. Then, when Ololu came to the king and noticed that there is a woman, I noticed the woman present, he went to where the woman was hiding, killed the woman, and left. So there's some Egungun that they scare even. Some men must not say them. Those are scaring Egungun. But the second types of Egungun, they are the one that entertain. That is how Shango came in existence. Magic. You get it? That is how Shango came in existence. It's from Egungun that Shango came in existence. So this second type of Egungun is the one that dance. Part of them is called Ojelari Noka. Oje is O-J-E. Larry Noka. Larry is L-A-R-I-N. That's Larry. No. N-A-D. Ka is K-E. Let me spell. J-O-E. There's a space. N-A-R-N-R-I-N-N-A-K-E. Ojelari Noka. Those one, they are like the Nollywood today. They go, they dress, they dance, they do acrobat, they turn to anything to entertain and collect money. They go from one village in Yoruba land. This is where the history of Tata came in. For you to know how important Egungun is, I will still tell you the importance of Egungun. I'm just explaining the aspect. So from that ordinary Noka, you have this ordinary Noka are those that sing. Now I've told you they sing. Then you have the Etiyeri. The Etiyeri, this is another aspect of Egungun. So the Etiyeri is T-E-T-I. That is a T. There is space. Is Y-E-R. E-T-I. Y-E-R. That's a net to
Love.
cover their face. No. They put a mask. So that mask, yeah, I'm with you.
It was a little sketchy. The reception was just a little sketchy when you were spelling the last, when you're going over the spelling of that last word.
Okay. Let me repeat. It is E-T-I. Sorry. E-T-I. E-T. Yeri is Y-E-R-I. So let me spell both together. E-T-I space Y-E-R-I. That is Etieri. Yeah. That is okay. Thank you. There's someone of okay. That's yeah. Thanks. Who are the face? Which another name for them is called? No. Uniconsular is not an aspect of the Google. I'm just thanking yeah, or Uniconsular that just helped in writing the theory. So don't make the mistake, please. Oyukonsola is not an Egungun, please. Don't turn don't turn someone's name to Egungun, please. So let me just continue. So this Etiyeri can also be considered to be Gelede. That's another name. If you hear people saying àwọn Egungun lobìnrin lè ṣe àwọn Gelede lobìnrin lè mọ̀ lóbìnrin fojú koro àgbè. So it's also called Gelede. This type of Egungun does not put nets to cover their face. They get a mask, like a carved wood or anything. Then they make the eyes, the two eyes, the nose, the mouth. So then they dress like a woman. They put a lot of clothes in their bottoms, like they have a big bottom. They put a earring. Do you get it? They put a earring and that's it. That is one aspect. But this one I just explained, people normally call them Gelede. Do you get it? Another aspect of the real Etiyeri in the olden days, we don't see Etiyeri again. That's why Gelede now take the position of Etiyeri. You see the Etiyeri, you know what they do? They make a statue. Like the statue will be like a woman head, like a female head, with a hair like there's a weaving, earring and everything. So they always talk. Then they put the makeup, the lipstick and everything, then they put the earring. So you'll be looking at the statue, believing they are the one, but they don't use net to cover their face. They don't, but the clothes will be in front of the net, but they don't specify like the other Egungun that this is the face of the Egungun net. So they use the net, they sew the clothes in form, they will use the net to sew the clothes. So they can actually see through the net. But you'll be focusing on that the one you see at the top is just the statue. Though you believe that is them, that is their head. No. So they have a big ear. That's why they are called Etiyeri. They've made the statue have a big ear. So Etiyeri, that the ear is behind the head, bigger than the head. Then they now put the earring. So they put a big clothes, a lot of clothes at their bottom. They keep dancing, they put big. So you think they are women. Until today, people emulate that, but not in form of a masquerade. You see people, if you have been to Nigeria, like Mama Yeti Adenike, I've seen these people go to marketplaces to sell. They dress like a woman, they put something like a big breast too. Then they'll be dancing. They are male, but you see they are women. So they'll be dancing, they're singing. That is Etiyeri. After that one, you have the Egungun. Egungun, the Ilu is I-L-U. It is called Egungun. That one belongs to the drummers. They don't put on that mask. They put it by their shoulder. They don't put, and then they dance and roll it on the floor. When they are dancing, they now roll it on the floor. They will be dancing. But there's something they put inside, like this puppet or what do you see? That the thing as if there's a person inside dancing. They will put something inside that will have a head, but they put it like a dead person, like a dead person. Then when they roll it, you see, it be as if somebody is dancing inside the mask. I've seen you see these people that do this probably when you're in school, like this cartoon, not cartoon, no. Don't worry. Like ìyá Yetunde kí ni a máa ń pè ní kíní bàbá kérésì yìí nígbà táwọn kékeré tán máa níjó. Yeah. So I think the early cultural will explain that aspect to you. Should we type it? She will help me explain that aspect for you to know it. I've just explained to her in Yoruba, so she will explain that aspect for you to know it. So the mask will be there, but they will put a mask to get it. They put the mask like someone is inside. The person will be like a young person, can be like a teen. So by the time they are now holding it, it will be like the person is dancing. Hello, it will be like the person is dancing. You get it? Okay. Money Joe, but because most of the ẹ mọ bí àwọn kìíní bíi bèbí tó máa ń ṣe tó ẹ pé wọ́n máa ń fà bọ̀ tẹ́lẹ̀ pé mọ́níjó fi pé wà bílẹ̀ máa tó bá ti ń rò lókun ẹ̀ la máa jó bọ̀ ẹ̀ pé mọ́níjó kan fà wọ́ àtẹ̀sẹ̀ bílẹ̀ a máa yí ara máa rólù lẹ̀ orí a máa gbọ̀n a máa rún. Get ẹ bá explain fún wọn so ẹ máa tell me so she will tell you. I just explained to her so she will tell you. So the last aspect, yeah, that's what I want to try to. So the last aspect of Egungun, you can see how important Egungun is. Till today, all these things are still relevant. This is how the Nollywood, you can see discuss about the aspect of the Nollywood and everything. So the last aspect of Egungun is the Layewu Egun. This is for the altars. It is the Layewu. So Layewu is Layewu. Layewu. That is Layewu. It's for the altar. This kind of Egungun is just for entertainment also. You see them wearing, they can wear, their mask is not really much. They only wear one. I will still talk about that. I'm still going there. They only put on one layers of mask. So you can see them entering into the fire, they will not get burned, or you see them shooting at that Egungun. Just like anything that involves fire, they can burn that. Just like the magic you see today, they can open it, you see them. So, or they keep shooting. The Egungun can be inside the rain and the rain will not fall on it. They get it. Because the altars are powerful people. So, those are the aspects of Egungun. You have the one that display, entertain, and you have the so good to the makings of your Egungun mask. Red must be the dominant color. That is it. The dominant color must be red with other colors. Now, the first clothes, assuming when you want to make your first clothes of Egungun, you have the one there's one cloth called Kijipa. I will feel also okay. This is our native clothes.
Yeah, it's actually okay.
It's made with thread and one kidney shine. It's our native clothes. So then you sew it like a jumpsuit. Some sew it like a jumpsuit. Then you wear from the down top. Then you now put on the head like this. Then they now sew like a jalamia, but you now put on the head. It comes the net will be here. Like from the back, we put on the cap, and there will be net here. It stops here. And you may make it 2 layers, like a shirt and a trouser, depending on how you want it. The reason why some people decided to make it a jumpsuit, people that put on this kind of mask, they are called kekereoje. So it is forbidden to see the hand and the leg of Egungun. So there is a glove. Not every mask must have a glove. No Egungun there wear shoe. The shoe will be so. They use the same clothes, plenty of it, to make a shoe for them. Do you get it? And if we and they can also make another shoe, that cloth that they can wear. Because depending on the time, no, like sometime whereby the Yoruba will say the sun is cold, which is opposite in meaning. They will not say the ground is hot. They say the ground is cool or cold. So, and because of the stone, so after the one they have, used to make the shoe for that mask, they can still make the same. They can still use that the same clothes to make a shoe so that the masquerade can wear that. So this kind of people, they are the one you see. The reason why they put on those suits is that they dance, they do acrobats. You see them. So if they are wearing up and down, like they do it in two layers, like the top and the trouser. When you want to do an acrobat, you know there's no way the shirt will not pull off and people will see your body. No one dare see your body. Egungun is considered to be a spirit. I'm still coming to that ancestor aspect. You get it? We are giving the history of Egungun before it now become an ancestor. So even if we cannot complete these lessons today, we look for another. I will still give time for the question and answer. It's just 2 hours. After the 2 hours, then you ask your question, which I will put an answer to it. So this, wherever you are into, wherever you are wherever you wear the mask, you change your voice. That's number one. And then you do things like the spirit. You share with your left hand. You use your back to go out from the secret groove. You don't use your front again. And you must wear your left first. When you want to wear the trouser, your left first. The clothes, your left hand first. Everything you do must go against what the normal man will do. Because you are considered to be, and you must change your voice. So those are the rules. In the olden days, they sew a bottle whereby the person inside the Egungun can pee. You get it? But nowadays, I don't know. That is why you see their trouser. Let me show you. You see their trouser like this. As you have this here, their home is here. Let me see if I can get it. Hold on. And the camera. Okay, as you have your trouser here, it will be here. You can see. It will be here because of the that container, that plastic that they put their pennies in so that they can unite there. So the first clothes, being a new beginner, you must use that ashoki to make that clothes. So every year you know how to hit. That's why you see the mask of Egungun in layers. So next year you add. So the first clothes of that Egungun is called Okolombo. That's what they call it, Okolombo. I think my mind I didn't care we write it down. So Okolombo. Since we have someone that understands the vibe. Then whosoever put on the mask of Egungun, you said you do not say you wear the mask, you say Otepa. Ipa is just like someone that has a person, someone that have ania, whereby your color is big, so the trouser, so it says Otepa. That's the name. I think Mama yesterday will help us with that. The Otepa, yeah, Okolombo, Otepa, Egungun. The trouser like those one that have hernia, you get it. That this container, the plastic that they get to piece to unite about Egungun. So people seeing Egungun the secret. So that now become Eku. So that added, it becomes Jepe. And that's why they say that the last layer of Egungun cloth is called Jepe. That is the one that sees the Egungun that the Egungun sees. It touches the body of the person that wants to put on the mask. So yeah, we help you to write it. It is called Jepe. So the reason why the Egungun cloth must be in layers, there's a leaf called Peregun. If you have seen No, kì í ṣe jẹ̀pẹ́ is Jepe, jẹ̀pẹ́.
Òṣó jẹ́ pé Egungun lẹ pè é.
Jẹ̀pẹ́, aṣọ tó kọ́ ẹ̀ ṣe Egungun gan, olójẹ̀pẹ́. So
Okay.
JEP. So tẹ̀pá, okay, tẹ̀pá yẹ kọ́kọ́ àbí? Ya tẹ̀pá gúgù. Ẹ tó bá wọ ẹ̀kọ́ eégún, ó máa náà tẹ̀pẹ́ eégún ni. Wọ́n náà ò náà tẹ̀pá. So now, there are two types of mask. You know, discuss different types of Egungun. We are now talking about the mask of Egungun now. Please, if you don't understand, just draw me back. Now we are discussing about the mask. I've explained the clothes of Egungun, the Egungun, which is the Egungun mask. Now, I want to explain the two types of masks we have. The one that has statue or load on top, and the one that does not have load on top. Those are the two masks. So now you see the one that have loads on top, or the one that does not have load on top. So the reason for this, those are for the real Oloje. The descendants of Oloje, the descendants of Egungun are the one that does not put the one that have loads. So the only thing you can put there just like you get something flat. Because even when you have something flat, it makes the clothes beautiful. So you don't put it on the mask. So the second one can have a statue of for those that have killed, those that are warriors that have killed lion. They can put the skull of lion, elephant, no, or they can put any statue. And for the one, if there's one that is a descendant of Oje that loves statue, you never put it on his head. You put that statue at the back. That is how we come across Areku, Araguju, Omasuke Sumo. So, Mama Yotu Areku, Araguju, Omasuke. So that's statue you put at your back represent Hunchback. That's the key. So, Omasuke Sumo, like you are trying to adjust your baby. The story behind it is that the Oloje were the one making the statue, and they give it to their, let me say, apprentices, people that come to learn from them, go and sell at the market. Then these people will now keep the most beautiful one. And they have money because they are working for the Oloje, so they will buy it and keep it. So when they graduated from the real Oloje, when they want to go and make their mask, they now put the statue on it. So that is how that one came necessary. So because the Oloje want to differentiate themselves from the apprentices, they say they've never put it because this statue that is so much unique to them is nothing to the Oloje. When you are the one making something, you are the creator of something, and somebody is complaining for you, what can that person do that is going to really surprise you? So that is the way it is. So therefore, some people that think, okay, if you are the owner of this statue, why not put it at the back to purify our own masks too? So that's why you see some masks that have the statue at their back, which they will never put on top. But those that do put their mask, that they have the right to put the mask that have statue, they can put it at the back if they are tired. They can put it at the back and they can adjust. But the one, anybody that is from the descendant of Onoje must not mistakenly put it on there. Because I've said, I think my mind today will translate that to English. The ate is that like a plate. Ate is like a plate, like a slate, you must not carry. Those are the morphology. So having analyzed the two masks of Egungun, so let us go to the importance of Egungun. In the olden days, our great father, our forefather, they do take Egungun to war, to fight war, majorly because whosoever they meet in the war will not know their name, talkless of using any juju to attack them or any fetish thing. So because of that, they love all Ogidibi, you have his own personal name. If you want to attack them, you cannot use since you don't know their name, you cannot use. So Google serve as a means of fighting war. 2, to break news. If there is a news, maybe a sad news, they want to break. Maybe someone loses his child and the child or untimely death, and it's so important to the community, so they can put on the Egungun to pass that message. Another thing, they use Egungun to drive people, wicked people from a community. You can use Egungun to drive wicked people out of the community. That's another aspect of Egungun. They can also use Egungun to arrest if someone has been restricted arrest. Because if people are be afraid of, because maybe the person is so powerful or that person is close to you or close to, and they want to arrest the person. So you don't want the person to now know it is so person that led them to come and arrest me. So they use Egungun in that aspect. We've talked about the entertainment aspect also about Egungun. So now let's talk. I don't know, this is okay, this is 5:14. Okay, because of the weather. Because if I say it should be 7, by 7 it will already be dark here. Let me give people the opportunity to ask questions after I now explain the aspect of the ancestor now. But that doesn't mean we've ended it here. If you still want more, you can still schedule another day. But because of the weather, you can see it's getting dark in Nigeria. Assuming you've scheduled the lecture for 4 to 6, it will be better. You can see this is after 6 and it's getting darker. So let's now explain the aspect of the ancestors of Egungun. You see, it is believed that whosoever our loved ones, that all the Orishas, those that have lived before us, the way we have family on earth, so Egungun established family in heaven. That is the belief. That Egungun established family in heaven. Please, I forgot to ask some things. So whenever you want to, they should go and pour palm oil on the shoe.
Hey, Fala, we
Yeah.
couldn't hear you for probably like the last minute. So if you could go back.
Yeah,
You
sorry,
forgot something that we didn't hear after.
Someone called in.
Oh,
so don't worry.
okay.
Let me go. I said anytime you put on the Google mask, there are things that you must do. First, issue is important. You must go and put palm oil, salt. You can even feed the issue. And once the Google is out, it will step on issue with the left foot 3 times to pay homage to issue. Whether issue at the secret grove or the issue at the palace, in front of the palace, because that one is called a shoja. The palace must always have a market. And you go to any Yoruba land, except they have a new palace. If it's the ancient palace, because the king must not stress himself before he get whatever he needs. Always, the king wife, you go to the palace, they don't buy. You go to the market to pick things. So the palace, the market must be close to the palace. The market must be in front of the palace, and there's always a shoja. The shoja is called a shwalaji. There must always be a shoja. That issue is in charge of the market, regulates the affairs of the market. Then you now have Aji. The reason why it is called Eshu Alaje because it's Eshu and Aje, both must be together. So it is Eshu and Aje. People now pronounce the two together and call it Eshu Alaje. They are two separate things. But because both were Yongi, this kind of Aje is Yongi. So that is not the topic for today. Then the Egungun goes there. Do you get it? Step on the issue 3 times. The next thing to do is to go to the king's palace to pray for the king. But some Yoruba land, their king must not see Egungun like Ile-Ife. The king must not see Egungun. So in case of whereby the king does not see Egungun, so the Egungun does not need to go to him. But first, before he goes to the king, he must have paid homage to every initiate of Egungun, the Alagba. The Alagba must be the first person the Egungun go and pay homage because the Alagba is the master of people that put on the mask. Is the head. It's called Alagba Baba Moriwo. That is the name. My mind said I didn't think I would try that. Baba Moriwo. People that put on the mask is called Moriwo. Moriwo or Moriwo. And there's one thing that is important too. The palm front, Moriwo. Then that one must be taken along too. That is a Moriwo re Egun Agan re Egun Moriwo tuyeri Agan tuyeri Moriwo ya wawo Agan ya wawo. That's why Agan came in. And it is believed the Isho Egungun, the Isho, I think Mama Ituda will write the English Pankere, which is also called Atori. Sorry, Atori, not Pankere, Atori. Atori Oki Shubula Regbe. It is believed the reason why they are using it is that they believe Atori Oki Shubula Regbe. This stick, when you see this stick, they all stand. None of them can fall except you cut it. They are so strong, the wind cannot bend them. So that is how the Isho came in the system. That is the reason. And when you want to place the Egungun, you must put it at the edge of the house. The edge of the house, you must stand, and it is believed that Egungun, because of that, it is Egungun that will perfect your life. It must be at the edge of the house. There are 2 forms of Egungun. Please, not types now. 2 forms of Egungun. Egungun Nule, Egungun Asho. Esibaye, Esibaorun. Which some people call Ara Ale. Ara Orun. Egungun is this cool. You have the Shan. The Shan is always in 3. If you not tie 3 together, then you tie 6, you tie 9. It must be in multiples of 3. And Egungun no Asho is the mask. So you can have the Ishan without having the mask. You are still an initiate of Egungun. Not everybody is entitled to the mask. That's the reason I said those people that have the mask belongs to Allah Akbar. You have the mask, you don't have the mask, it belongs to Allah Kinu. Those people that have the mask, female, you belongs to Yagan. You have the mask, don't have the mask, you belongs to Yamode. You get it. And these are the symbol of that have been born as Egungun. The name, for example, Amuson, they believe whosoever is Amuson is an initiate from heaven. How will you know Amuson? A child that come with biblical cord, putting it around his neck or tying it by his waist, putting it, that one are called Amuson. But with a biblical cord, the placenta, putting it on its neck or tied it by the waist. And the female is called Atu, which the normal Yoruba will call Ojo and Naino. So those kind of children does not need to initiate into Egungun again. And those some are inside the okay, that they are inside like a sea, like when you see a goat giving birth. The sea, those people too. The normal Yoruba will call it okay. I think the people Obatala will call it Salako or Shata. These people too, they are on net again. I don't know. So this kind of people already been initiated because when you see the Egungun, it's just like a stick whereby the placenta moves around it. So they believe they have already come with the Egungun. That's why the name is Amusha. Isha. Amu means you hold. Amusha. You hold the Isha. That this one have maybe he hold the placenta, putting it on his neck, tied by the waist. Any it's called Amusha. The one in the the one in the sea, like a bag. Yeah, that when they give back to them your balance, you put palm oil to break the seal. That is okay. It's Nani too. You get it? So now let's go to the okay. We've discussed we must have pay homage to all the initiate. Then now goes to the palace. From that palace, the end where you end it up is the market square, whereby if it's the one, if it's the Egungun of Oloro, the one that is scared is the market. You may have gone to greet all your people, your compound and everything. Egungun can drink and eat, but not in front of not in front of non-initiates. When you go to where you have initiates, you get it. When you go to their house, you can Baba. When you go to the house, you can go into the room, then the auto will come and feed you. And you can even drink dry, you can pray and drink. I don't know how convenient it is for you. You can drink with the same clothes with the night. You can drink because the one covering your face is so wide that you can take it from behind the head. You drink it. It's not something that is tight. But when you are with when you don't have ago may be in two ways. You have the okolobo and then you have the ago. So like the one like Roger have. And as I've said, I remember when Roger said his Egungun used to breathe. Because and he's able to confirm that. But nowadays, people now take Egungun for just mere entertainment. You see the Nollywood putting on the mask, not different. There's no difference between the one we wear, except the fetish thing and everything, the perfection of the mask. How many Egungun do you see on street that is so powerful nowadays? In the olden days, like you have the Lulu, I've talked about the Lulu, you have the Alapa Sopa in Ibadan. These two Egungun are captures from war. In the olden days, they capture the Egungun. And when you capture it, you go to your house and start to feed that Egungun. You make it your own personal Egungun. Don't tell you that you must not even put it on. Just put it there and be praying. But nowadays, things are not the same way. Then you go all around, you can drink, you can eat, but in the house of initiate, but no female must see you, except the only person that can see is the Ato in the house of initiate. You get it. So another thing is that you have to change your voice, you pray for people, and that person, you can see yourself as an ancestor. So you said it. So then after the performance, you go to Ibadan. It is forbidden for two strong Egungun to meet, but they have to test their power. And if one die, if one attack the other one die. If it's Egungun versus Egungun, there's no problem with it. Because they believe that there's no way you'll be an initiate of Egungun that will not be wicked. There's another that say, Kinshawo, the Kamani can't dear. Today will help us with that. Kinshawo, Kama, that people that are to Egungun, they are wicked. That's why it is called court. And if any of the members passed away, the way they bury them is different. They dig a big hole, they will call the Egungun, the initiate, to know whatever killed that person. These are the rights. They tie the person with so many clothes, put it on a table, put a calabash down, then they start to pour brandy, any form of dry gin. And those that comes out from the body of that corpse, the one the Egungun will drink. For you to know that They don't see it as being that this person is dead. This believe this person is their people. They cannot deny him because he just passed away. That doesn't make them to neglect him or be scared of him. So, and at the same time, when I asked my late father, I said, this dry gin is to embalm the corpse because the ritual will take 7 days. So they keep pouring the dry gin, and then they keep saying some, let me remember, Ijalogo, Esa, yes, Esa Egungun. Then you see the women coming. The song for Egungun is called Esa. They will be directing some messages to the Egungun that when you get to heaven, you should tell the corpse, the earlier people that have gone, that this is what happened on earth. For example, if we see any old, any person that is old now that just passed away in the Google, I can go there to say my own Esa, that when you go to heaven, tell my father, this is what I need. I haven't do this. Can you come and tell me this, that? Do you get? And they believe the corpse, that person that just passed away, will pass the message that the way we have family on earth, that is how we have family in heaven. That's how ancestor came in, that there's a family in heaven. Do you get? So when they now call the person and found that it was not killed by anybody, then they now remove the left, the left trouser of the
Araba.
mask.
Well,
Want to start. There's third way. So that one takes things. I want to. There's a song that says mefa. I think Yayetunde Adenike will write this. Akara mefa, eko mefa. Like le kulo loje that this
Anla,
food. Hello?
we lost you for quite some time there.
Yeah, that was the next one. But don't worry. That's what I'm trying to explain now. That when you want to feed a Google, you must have these materials. Meme, mefa, eko mefa, akara mefa. Those are important because the belief was that this food was used to drive away death from Egungun, from Egungun court. They say meme, mefa, eko mefa, akara mefa, like when people were just dying, the father said, meme, sis eko and sis akara, then the death now stopped. So anytime they want to start the Egungun festival, so they go into the secret grove Igbale for 21 days to pick the dates, and they will be in the secret grove eating these materials. And in traditional way, they offer cock with red being the dominant feather color, then eagles, and then the highest is ram. And that ram is for a specific purpose. I think Yayetunde Adenike will write it. He said, Tabafi Agbofegun Ajokun Ele. That means you need you are requesting for something that is important. So that is when you now use the mommy. Yeah, so that's why you now read you use the ram. You get it. So the first day of the Egungun is called Igbaja, whereby all the Egungun, you get it, they go to the market. That is called Egungun Baja. And the last day of the Egungun is called Egungun Baja. The first day of the Egungun, all the Egungun goes to the market. But nowadays, it is only the new Egungun that goes to the market for the Egungun Baja and the last day. So after the Baja Egungun, then every members of the Egungun will be coming out one by one. So maybe each compound will have the date of the Egungun. Okay, your Egungun is coming this day. So the last day too. So that one saying the Egungun, they call Egungun Baja. It's called Baja. So the first day they all go to the market day, to the marketplace, market square. The last day they go to the market square. But individual person can go to his after you have been given a date, you can now go and visit. As I've said, you step on the shoe 3 times, you pay me to Alagba, you go around, you go to the king, and then you make the market square your last place before you go to the Igbale. But on the day of Igbaja, nobody goes anywhere than the market. On the last day, you go to the market too. You get it on the day of the Igbaja. So because of the time, so any question, let me answer the questions now. If there's any question, please. So sorry.
Happiness.
Hold on, please. Let me include it. If there's any fight between two Egungun, there's an important title in Egungun, which is the IOC. IOC is a male. Once the IOC has been involved, that they go to call the IOC that there is two Egungun fighting on supremacy at the market square. Once the IOC raise off his hand, no Egungun must display anymore. They must all go to the Igbale, the secret group. Whosoever against the IOC will be dealt with. So the Ayatunde Adenike will write it. The IOC is in charge of to settle dispute between two Egungun, because the Egungun may decided to show the supremacy after giving this one a date, they may decided to come out the same day to see, okay, maybe because of the wickedness I told you, that there's an agent that says there's no way you get involved in Egungun that will not be wicked because of the jams, the fetish things involved. You want to display. I want to use it on someone powerful too, so that I can know how strong you are. So, but once the IOC is involved, they must stop. If they do not stop, they will be dealt with. So, question now. But we cannot say it all today. So, I'm question one by one, so that I can put an answer to it.
Happiness.
For the light,
Growth.
out of the mind.
Yes. I want to thank you, Brother Ojinye, for
Okay. You're welcome.
got some feedback. I don't know if you can still hear the feedback or not,
Okay.
but I wanted to ask you about something that you stated at the beginning of the lecture.
Okay.
And when you talked about Odu
Okay.
coming from Orun with the other masculine Orishas, and she discovered that
Yes.
she didn't have the power that they had,
Okay.
and she went back. In the Irindulongon lesson from Baba Opiola, he talks about that in her great power and glory, all the secrets of the sacred groves were revealed to her, including that of the shrines of Oro and Egungun. Before those secrets were revealed to Odu, who were the ones that were holding the secrets of those shrines and groves?
Can you repeat that? I don't get that. Who do you say the secret was revealed to first?
Odu. When Odu
Yeah,
went
good.
back to Olodumare to ask
Yeah,
for
yeah.
power,
Yeah, that was what
and
I said. I told you, if you remember, I said there is a connection with the Egungun and Oro. And I said Odu thought that she was not powerful, but the first power that was given to her was the power of fraternity to reproduce. And then she went back. Then the secret behind the Egungun Awonyami Oro. No, the time could not permit us. I think I've said something about the Oro. When I told you about the story of the Olubado, that the wife was, I told the wife to hide so that I can see the Olulu. Do you get it? This Oro is one aspect of Egungun that does not wear clothes, which a woman must not say till today. And it's for execution. We said it. Oro is for execution. So all the secrets of the world, as I've said it, and you know the further explanation of this is in Igbadu, whereby Odu calls on our labor in Oseoyeku, Obatala, Obaluaye, Ogun, and Oshu. No, Ogun and Obatala, Obaluaye, Ogun, and Odudua. Yeah, those are the four. Do you remember the four Orisha that makes Odu? You get it? Are you there? Roger? Hello?
Yes, I'm here. I mute so that it
Okay,
wouldn't
good.
be any.
So is there anywhere you do, if what you have just said is what I said too. So I don't know where you get it wrong so that I can just put more light on it.
Well, that's when the teaching was that the cause of the first revolution on Earth was caused by Odu, or the feminine power, willfully asking for power. And then by asking for power, a portion of what she received was the secrets of the sacred groves. And I wanted to know during that time with the shrines of Oro and Egungun, particularly Egungun, before Olodumare revealed the secrets of the sacred groves to her, who were the holders of those secrets? Was it the masculine energies?
No. You see, this what you are talking about, oh, the battery, God. But I will quickly answer it. Was another aspect of Osami. You see, when you talk about this, I know this topic you are discussing, you are talking about now. Like the message I just gave you about Osami, in Oseotura, it says Oshun. No, these are Odufa. You get it? The secret was always, the secret has always been there, but nobody was aware about the secret. But it was when Odu went back, do you get it? The secret had always been on heads before they descended to the heads. Do you get it? Whether the masculine or the feminine, do you get it? Whether the male or the female, the secrets were there. But nobody know about this secret. It was Odu that went, do you get it? Because the men, the little they got, were the one they were using. I've said it. Shango have his own power, Obatala, do you get it? Then Odu now went to Olodumare. That was where Olodumare was able to reveal the whole secret to Odu. Assuming Odu did not went back to Olodumare, the secret will still be there. But one day they will still get it. It could have been the men that have it. But because the secret was revealed to Odu, that is why, you know, in the same verse that this topic you are treating now, I will share it with the group. But that won't be majorly for the people, the members of the temple. They get it. I know I have it with me. You get it.
Mm-hmm.
So the issue is that they were not aware of this power. But when they came back, it was able to get everything. That was the reason why Obatala went to Odudua and went to Orunmila to go and define. He want to know the secret behind Egungun. Do you get it? Because things they've been seeing, but they do not know the usefulness.
Mm.
And in this the same fast, remember Olodumare told you that there is nothing a man will do that without the involvement of a woman will not be successful. So Odu know all the secret. That was the reason why Odu was able to give the Egungun out. The Oro is there. Until tomorrow, the worshippers of Oro, you get it.
Mm-hmm.
If
Yes.
they say woman cannot see Oro, but who are in charge of Oro? But the woman does not go out. Being a mother, you can always first, how can a mother be killing the children? The woman gave birth. It is not the man that reproduces the woman. So the woman will never accept seeing you killing, they get it, their own production. So that is the reason. But who owns the court of Oro today is the woman. They get it. Who cook for
Mm.
the Oro? Who does the Oro marry? Is it not a woman? So the secret, when we say because it's for execution, the woman are for mercy. You get it? A woman cannot go and kill someone's son or someone's children. You get it? Because they are the mother, they are their own yami. So that is it. Any other question? Because the battery is so off now.
That was good. That was good. That
Okay.
cleared up that cleared up a question that I had.
Okay.
So that's good.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, everybody. Because my battery is so off. If I say I should leave here and go inside to pick the charger. I can see it's already there. So thank you, everybody. Till Ashanti will fix another class. I think we have another one on the 24th, which we will be talking about already. But if you think we have not finished about this Egungun, please, you can work with Nashantia so that I can fix another time. On the 20th of this month, we are going to be having our Egungun festival. So good. This is Roger showing his Egungun. I don't know if other people are seeing it. This one does not have statue. This is the one that we have to in our temple. But these are the descendants of Egungun. So on the 20th, if there's anybody that wish to have prayer from Egungun, you can contribute, you can send money for the festival, then the Egungun is going to be directing the prayer to you. And
When
if
is the
there's
festival
nobody,
again, Araba?
it's December, 20th of December, which is this,
Okay.
that will be Tuesday, 20th of December.
Okay.
That is where the festival will take place. So thank you, everybody. If
Thank
there's no
you.
question, I think I can go. Thank you. Later. Bye-bye.
If you want the recording for this, please send me your email address.
Okay.
Replay.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Later. Oh. Bye-bye. Okay.
All right. Bye-bye.
Okay.